Welcome to Creativity Cooks. Today we are making Watermelon Rice Krispies. To make this recipe, you will need the following ingredients: 5 cups of Rice Krispies, 6 cups of mini marshmallows, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of red food coloring, 1 teaspoon of green food coloring, 6 to 8 popsicle sticks, 1 9-inch round pan, and about a quarter cup of chocolate chips. The chocolate chips are optional. Step 1. Spray the pan that you are using with some non-stick cooking spray. I'm using a circular pan, but if you only have a square pan at home, you are more than welcome to use that as well. If you spray too much baking spray in your pan, you can always also use a paper towel and just wipe it down, especially so you can get some of the sides and just so it's not too thick in one area. Step 2. Use up to 1 tablespoon of butter to baste a microwave-safe dish that you're going to be using to melt your mini marshmallows. We are using the microwave for this recipe, but you can also do the same thing by using a stove and a pot. Add 2½ cups of marshmallows to this batch and microwave for about 60 to 90 seconds or until melted. If you didn't add butter to your marshmallows before, I would add some now before you start mixing the food coloring and the Rice Krispies into this. So go ahead and add your up to 1 teaspoon of green food coloring and start mixing. Once it's mixed, add 2 cups of Rice Krispies and continue mixing. Allow this to cool for a few minutes before you start adding it to your pan. Once it's cooled down, use your spoon or your hands and add the green Rice Krispie mixture to the pan. I didn't add any extra butter to this mixture, to my green mixture, but can you see how sticky it is? You're going to see with my red mixture that I'm going to add butter to it while I'm microwaving it, and that helps a lot. So please don't forget to add butter to the marshmallows when you're melting them. It really, really helps to make it not so sticky. It's also a really good idea to add some butter or some baking spray to your hands, and that also helps to prevent all that marshmallow from not sticking to them. So use your hands and just gently spread the green Rice Krispies all around the edge of your pan. This should not be more than 1 inch thick. Now remember, I'm using a circular pan. If you're using a square or a rectangular pan, you can do the exact same thing. Just make sure that mixture, the green mix, goes all around the edge. Once that's finished, let's lay that aside and start with your second batch. So use about a tablespoon or so of butter and use it to baste the bowl that you're going to be using to melt your marshmallows. Because this bowl is a little bit bigger and I'm going to be melting a lot more marshmallows than my previous batch, I'm going to just get it a little bit higher up to make sure that I don't have my marshmallows sticking to it. And now I'm going to add 3.5 cups of marshmallows to the dish, and I'm going to microwave it for about 60 to 90 seconds. As you can see here, I'm adding some butter, about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half, to the marshmallows before I put it in the microwave, and this also helps to prevent sticking. Once you remove from the microwave, add up to 1 teaspoon of red food coloring to the mix. If you want the watermelon to be a little bit more pink, then add less food coloring, and if you want it more red, you can add some more. It really is up to you. And now that I'm mixing it, can you see how easily it mixes? This is because I added the butter to the marshmallows before I put it in the microwave. Add 3 cups of Rice Krispies to the red mixture and continue to mix really well. After you finish mixing, allow your red mix to cool for about 10 minutes before you start working with it. For the purpose of this video, I'm doing it really quickly so you can see how it's done, but if you allow it to cool, it's a little bit easier to work with. So add your red Rice Krispie mixture to the center of your pan. You can use your spoon to help to distribute it evenly around, but as you can see, it will start sticking to your spoon. So you want to put the spoon away and start using your hands instead. Remember, before you start using your hands, add some butter or some baking spray to your hands, and this helps to prevent the Rice Krispies and the marshmallows from sticking to your fingers. And because the Rice Krispies are still soft, you want to gently press this in together. You don't want to force it too hard because it will make it all break apart. And now for the yummy part. You can insert your chocolate chips in whichever way you want to insert them. If you like chocolate, you can go absolutely nuts with these. They are a lot of fun and they're really, really tasty. The chocolate chips are also optional. If you're like me and don't really like chocolate, you don't have to add them. You're almost there. It will be really, really great if you allow this to cool for about 15 to 30 minutes before you start cutting. Please ask your mom or dad or your guardian to help you with this part as well. Use a kitchen knife and cut your watermelon Rice Krispie treats into wedges. As you can see, my Rice Krispie watermelon treat is a little bit soft because I didn't really allow it to cool for the sake of filming this video, but if you allow it to cool down first, you will not see how the knife is having a tough time cutting through here for me. You can also cut your wedges as big or as small as you want. I'm leaving these 2 big wedges for someone in my family that I know loves this treat very, very much. And once you're finished, insert a popsicle stick and you are ready to serve your watermelon Rice Krispie treat. We hope you enjoy your watermelon Rice Krispie treat and make this over and over and over again this summer. Thanks for cooking with Creativity Cooks. We'll see you guys next week.